Bye. I start now. Okay. Never to go again. Okay. Lord Jesus, to you that you bless people. Okay. So already. Okay. Thank you, Father. Thank you. I give you praise. I worship you, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Okay. I'm just going ahead to start this broadcast. So whoever is joining, feel free to join me. And I know that this was supposed to be done on Saturday, but as I said, and time passed, situations and circumstances may dictate that the time of the broadcast and the schedule might be altered by the important thing is that we are maintaining the course, and we are continuing in meeting together in this forum as time allows. Okay. Right. Good evening, everyone. Those who will be joining, please feel free to join later. Now, those who will be seeing this broadcast and viewing it afterwards, again, I greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. Okay, what are we talking about today? I'm just looking at some of the things that are taking place. Nobody here yet, so I'm just talking to myself and believing that those of you who will be visiting and seeing this later will appreciate the context in which this recording relates. Oh yeah, the context in which it flows from, basically. All right. Hey, Mazi Vincent Ezibo, how are you? God bless you. God bless you. You are welcome. Okay, let me switch off this music. You are welcome. So thank you for that day, by the way. Thank you for that day. My regards to your wife and your children. God bless you. Right. What I'm talking about today is kind of I titled it "A World Unhinged." A World Unhinged. The world has gone crazy. The world has gone mad. It didn't start today, but anybody following what's been happening and in America, in Nigeria, even over here in London. Bless you, my brother Vincent Ziwo. God bless. Yeah, anybody watching, see what's happening in different parts of the world, in different parts of the world, you will realize that, yeah, no doubt. I mean, two things will come to two things we can conclude from the recent vicious trends. One is that the world has gone crazy, really, 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 really mad, unhinged. The second point is anybody who has any doubt as to whether there's a devil, we should definitely come to the conclusion there is a personality, a malevolent personality, a malicious in intent, called the devil, a person, not just an inanimate or a force or a concept. No, there is definitely an evil character. Evil is not a tame word to describe this personality, who is an enemy of everything good. And of course, so one of the things we see in our world is definitely inspired by somebody of such malevolent character. Okay. I just want to look at a scripture that has been I've been thinking about in recent, well, few days, just in recent days, is James chapter 4. Okay, James chapter 4, starting from verse 1. And as usual, I'm reading from a New King James Version, unless, of course, as otherwise indicated. That's where I, yeah, that's the version I normally use. Okay, James chapter 4, from verse 1. It says, "Where do wars and fights come from among you? Do they not come from your desires for pleasure that war in your members? You lust and do not have. You murder and covet and cannot obtain. You fight and war, yet you do not have because you do not ask. You ask and do not receive because you ask amiss, that you may spend it on your pleasures." And that goes on to say, "Adulterers and adulteresses, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Whoever therefore wants to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God." Okay, I stop there. That the verses, verses 1 to 3 really is the thrust of tonight's discussion. No, that's the main thing we're looking at here. The context, the context in terms of what's happening in the world, in apart from, of course, the shootings in America, people going to schools and shoot people going to churches and shoot people. In Nigeria, we, of course, for years now, we've been battling Boko Haram, people who just decided to wage war against the society, against the nation. I know that there are backgrounds and there are things that happen that trigger of things. That's not the thing I want to major in tonight. But the fact that these people, they just came up and say they did that in the name of whatever God they are worshiping, and kill and maim and rape and pillage and destroy and put to torch and abduct and cut away people, children, girls, women, innocents, and they do that celebrating and calling upon the name of their God. Then we have, of course, the herdsmen who again have been roaming the nation throughout the land, killing, and just it's become an everyday ritual. Everyday ritual. Hey, Michaela Akala, how are you? Long time. God bless. Welcome. So everyday ritual, they just kill and name, and people cry. You see mass burial taking place in different parts of the country, and it's still happening. And apparently the government seems impotent to do anything about it. Tomorrow again, only God knows what we'll wake up to. Recently, they went into Catholic Church. They held a morning mass and slaughtered some parishioners, including 2 Reverend Fathers, just unprovoked. Unprovoked. Of course, we know the usual attack on farmers. Just in the name of feeding their cattle and all that. So it's happening. And not just them. You have also ritual killers, people who just abduct people and kill them for money, for power, for whatever thing they are looking for. And politicians are not innocent. They are not innocent in some of these things. We're approaching Nigeria. We're approaching election, 2019 presidential election, general election again, and the spate of people disappearing, abduction and kidnapping and killings and dealings in body parts is bound to escalate because people are just minded. They focus on doing evil. Then you come over to here in UK, in London, you see that the rate of killings and stabbings, particularly among young people, is gone crazy. Shootings, stabbings, killing for in the name of gang fight of drugs or tough battles and postcode rivalry and all that. It's what on earth is happening in the world? You talk about the Middle East, the Far East. The world has gone crazy. And I begin to reflect on this. We're not even talking about international wars and fight and these are avoidable conflicts. The Bible asks, it says, where do wars and fights and all these killings and all these antagonisms, where do they come from? This conflict, this battle, these killings. It zeroes down that they come from desires for pleasure. In other words, from what people lust after. Those who kill in the name of their religion, they believe and they've been sold the lie that when they die after killing people, when they die, they will be rewarded with 70 or 72 virgins. So they spend eternity in an orgy of just sex, and what a lie! What a lie! And what an aspiration! Okay, I'm not very much on that, but it says that this conflict, these killings, these wars, these things is they spring from the inordinate desires and lust that people have. They did not come from your desires for pleasure that war in your members. In fact, it says that, so there's a conflict within. Even there is a conflict within that is externalized, on the outside. This conflict plays. It describes it like this. It says you lost. There's a desire that's not fulfilled. It says you lost and do not have. So there is something that longing to get, but they cannot get. That desire is not satisfied. And so they kill to convert, to grab it, to have it. They kill for land. They kill for money. People kill for money. People kill for power. People kill for. In fact, the people even kill to have kids. That was a case years ago. I mean, it's happening all the time. A woman in Southwest Nigeria was I wanted to say believing God for she was looking for a child. She was looking for fruit of the womb, and went to the native doctors. A native doctor told a witch doctor told her, prescribed that she should sacrifice a child's blood. So she enticed a 3-year-old or so, mere toddler, enticed this child with biscuit or sweet, I forgot which now, and got the child and threw the child in a well, a well. Thankfully, there's little or no water in the well, and the child was there screaming. And her plan was actually to somehow retrieve the child later and maybe kill him, the boy. It was a boy. Kill him and take the child to the native doctor, and then they will slaughter the child and use the blood for whatever. Now, this is a woman who wants a child, or who wanted a child. Yeah, you want a child, and the best course of action is to kill another woman's child so that you get your own child. And it's happening, ritual killings. Some people, they look for albinos to kill, to make, for money, for power, for good luck, or they call it for happier fortunes. So albinos are not safe in our land. Some people look for people with hunchback. They kill them for ritual. Some people kill for power. The rivalry between political parties, between aspirants or among aspirants of political positions. In some conventions, political conventions, and you see killing happening, shootings among members of the same party. Where does this conflict come from? It says it comes from the desire that's raging within the individual. The desire, the lust, they cannot have. So they kill, they murder, and covet, and yet cannot obtain. It's interesting. Armed robbers on the road. The roads are not. In Nigeria, for example, roads are not safe. People kill, people who travelers who just travel maybe from one part of the country to another. They don't know. Some of them are confronted by or waylaid by armed robbers and robbed, and some killed. Kidnappers, rampaging, just winning lives everywhere in that country. But say they covet, they murder, they kill, they kidnap, and ask for ransom, and covet. That will not belong to them. And yet, they do not have. Because you see, prosperity is not how much you're able to accumulate. I do ask some people that, I work with, I said to them, okay, when you think that the best thing to do, to live, when somebody lives by killing and robbing and stealing to get burglary, so what would they hand over to their kids? What legacy? Is it a bigger gun or a bigger knife, or train them on on how to break into strongholds and strong rooms and barricaded homes? What do they want to do? I mean, what are they doing for their children? It's bigger gun, heavier weapon, firearms, so that they can outdo them. So, in other words, if I go about coveting, cheating, lying, and grabbing and killing to get, yes, I might get, some money, but the Bible says you don't have, because that's not prosperity. You cannot generate. I have to look for more people to kill to get more. Does that make sense? Every time I have a financial difficulty, I look for somewhere to kill or somewhere to rob or somewhere to burgle, to have it, because it's not self-generating prosperity. It's not self-generating wealth. In fact, it's not even wealth. So they covet, they kill, they covet, but cannot obtain. Because prosperity is first of all spiritual, and it comes from God. It doesn't come from evil. Anybody that thinks that by killing, shedding innocent blood, robbing people, and they will prosper, that person has believed a lie from hell. It does not profit. In fact, there's a place in the Bible, I think it's Jeremiah. It talks about the wealth gathered in an unrighteous manner, wealth, money, finances gathered through robbery, through unrighteous means, through cheating. It's like a clutch of eggs that is not hatched, suddenly abandoned by the fowl or the bird, it's not hatched. In other words, it's not brought to full term. It's just it's like suddenly abandoned without hatching. So can you imagine that a bird that is being incubated and then but there is not brought to the point of hatching and releasing the chicks within. So what are you going to do with that bird? Are you going to cook it? No, it's not an egg, like I say, that you can cook and eat or fry. So you don't have the egg to eat or to sell, and you don't have the chicks, that will grow and produce more eggs and chicks and and increase your stock that through that process. So just abandon. So it's a waste. So it says, so is one that gathers wealth, but not in the right way. You suddenly abandon it. It doesn't even go transgenerationally. Because the skill, the goodwill, the wisdom, the contact that that are needed to build a business or build an estate and transfer it to the next generation, to the next generation, and to the next generation is not there. It's just somebody had an opportunity to steal, to kill, and grab, and then they did it, and that's it. So there's no life, there's no profit, there's no increase in that booty. Yeah, that spoil of crime. So now it says here, you fight and war, yet you do not have because you do not ask. Because it comes from God, So we fight. You ask and do not receive because you ask amiss. The whole intention, the whole aim, the whole motive is wrong in the first place. So you ask and not obtain, and so resort to taking advantage of people, killing and maiming. Okay? And then when you ask, it says you ask because you ask amiss and that you may spend it on your pleasures. That's why I'm saying that the friendship with the world, we look for prestige, we look for status, acquire status symbols, we look for accolades, we look for titles and self-aggrandizement and all that, just to make impression. Is enmity with God. Right. Now I have okay. I used to have this lecturer. He said that he used to say that is his professor today. He taught me in the University of Benin in French foreign language department. He was a French lecturer, or he still is a French lecturer, but I think he's in LASU now. So he used to say that every conflict, every war is an economic war, an economic battle. Every conflict is essentially an economic conflict. In other words, people or nations or even religious groups, they fight over perceived scarce resources. Even today, I mean, there's some wars that the American and his, and its allies have entered because of resource control to have access to the oil or petroleum in those countries. We know that. We know that. So everyone, including the Northern Ireland, the Catholic versus Protestants or conflict in this island in the heydays of IRA. Essentially, it has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with God. It's an economic battle. battle to control land, control resources, control money. Even in churches, when you have conflict within churches, those splits, it's the same thing. Where does war and fights come from among you? They come from the human desires for pleasure that war in their members. The same root. So, in other words, there is a concept of scarcity, a concept of lack. If I think that there's not enough to go around, if that's my dominant mentality, then the tendency is for me to, if care is not taken, to attack someone else to increase my chances of getting that thing that I feel that's not enough to go around. And that brings me to the question of the isms: racism, sexism, ageism, another ism. Yeah, all those isms, all those those factors by which we divide people from we bring division among people. Yeah, we erect barriers between people and people. It's the same thing. It's because of perceived scarcity. We do not believe that there's enough to go around. But it takes the eye of faith. It takes believing and trusting God that God has enough for humanity. The only thing that makes some people overfeeding and some people are starving is, again, this mentality, this, the tendency to grab all you can get and stock it up and sit on it and let other people go without. So for me, it's interesting. I always say that behind issue of racism or sexism and all that is selfishness. It's selfishness. Selfishness. Because if I say, okay, as a black man, if I discriminate against the whites, then that means, and if I discriminate against them and deprive them, that means I have more, I've doubled my chance or increased my chance of getting that I'm just after. I'm coveting. If I then eliminate women sexism, then that means I have 50%. I've increased my chance of getting that in 50%. If I eliminate Afro-Caribbeans, and then say, okay, let me eliminate who again? Then eliminate. I don't know. Those who are not educated, I eliminate them. I'll keep eliminating until it boils down to my own personal interest. Yeah, that's what it is. So all these wars and killings, they spring from desires and personal desires that are in conflict with other personal desires. So our world has gone unhinged. Okay. Let me see the time now. Oh, 34. Okay, I think I better end it now. All right. So basically, I am, we have, because of what all these evil desires that we created, we have managed to turn a beautiful world God has given us into hell. We have done it out. No, we've managed to create hell out of the paradise that God has given humanity. And to change from this, to restrict our way back from this stupidity, this madness, we have to come to the point where we believe God. We will have faith in God, that God can provide, God can meet our needs, God can provide security, and God can fight his own cause. No, that nobody should fight for God. God can, he can fight his own cause. Believing that, taking God at his word, believing that God is God. Okay. I will end it here, and maybe continue next time. Just another topic that based on this. Thank you very much for your attention and participation, and God bless you. I pray that, yes, that faith that it takes to know that God can meet our needs. We don't have to resort to the underhanded and wicked practices to ensure our sustenance on planet Earth. No, we can trust God and prosper in righteousness and live right and not be part of this madness that's going on, the killing, the stabbing. I mean, it's like as if someone has to. Hi, Cakes, how are you? Welcome, Emmanuel King. Wow, how are you? Long time. God bless. Right. So we don't have to participate in this madness that's happening, killing the stabbings. And hey, how are you, Kings? Long time. Welcome. I'm wrapping up now. So we don't have to participate in this madness, this killing and shootings, and I mean the blood of the innocent, is shed in the land, Nigeria, in London, in here, America, there, in different parts of the world, in whatever name, whatever guise, whatever reason, for whatever reason. Well, let it stop, and God will judge. God is not passive about it all. I'll end it here. Let me not overdo it. I end it here. Those of you who just joined in, please feel free to listen to what we're talking about. Good evening, my brother. Now, Emmanuel, there's something me and you talked about the last time we met. Okay. I will talk to you. I will not talk to you here. We will not concluded it too. But well done. Thank God for you and for your family. God bless. Au revoir. KXK, see you. I've not seen you for a long time. Michaela, long time again. God bless you. Thank you very much. Vincent, yeah, my man. God bless. Au revoir. Bye-bye. Salute.